Hello friends on YouTube. This is the 6 weeks into the lockdown of being a hairdresser. It's not fun because I miss my profession very much, and I cannot do anything when my hands touch hair to get near to the customers and to the models. So what I'm going to do now is I have to work, so I have to feel the feeling with hair. So I'm going to do one of my dolls and show you maybe you can do something with that at home, even if you do your own hair. But I have to do something that I can show you how nice it is to be a hairdresser and how wonderful it is to do hair, because doing hair is wonderful. And this dolly of mine, she has not the best hair, but she will certainly have a good hairstyle after I've done her hair. And then I'm gonna make her even into the bald hairstyles, because I need her to do more hairstyles on wigs, to get more creative with that. So I make also a video in the line of doing hair with the clipper, and then clipper long hair into a short line. So that's what you can do yourself at home, as long as it takes to get us back in our profession. And when we get back in our profession, you have to be aware that we are going to be near to you, but we are also protected. We need the protection. So it's very hard for us to work that way, because we are intimate with our customers, and that's very hard to do not in that line, because you are, when you're in my chair, a part of mine, and I'm a part of you. And so in that line I do hair. But we certainly manage. But now I'm going to start on my dolly. Now this is Dolly. You see she has nice red hair. It's not long, but it's also not short hair. I'm gonna make some hairstyles on her. Wet, of course, the hair is before I'm going to cut. First gonna watch at the hairs. Took a comb and lay the hairs in a style. Now I want to first give her a pixie hairstyle with a feminine touch. In that I will certainly make both lines to the same length, and then I'm going to work into a line that's even shorter. To get in the first line, take a curve, and I take about 3 centimeters behind the ear. Take this to the side. Take the hairs up, pointing at the chin line. And make my first baseline. You can see it laying here. Take the same line, pull the hairs on that line, point my fingers again at the chin line, and cut it off. Take the first part aside, make sure all the hairs lay in the same lines. And take every time a piece on the part you already cut. It's not that easy as on normal chin to take the hairs up, because this is a doll and it's a plastic. That's where she's made of. Lay the hairs nicely down and go over the same line, point cutting and correcting the line. Afterwards I also can put a little correction on this. Coming behind the ear, take every time a part of the lines I cut previous into this, so you can see the line laying here. Still pointing at the chin line. and always pointing at the chin line. You can see it on the way I hold my fingers, that they lay in the line of the chin line. You can see the same flow. And the farther I go down, the straighter my fingers will be. Coming at the neck area, what I told you, the deeper I go, the straighter my fingers will be. So now I lay in a real line of chin line. My fingers leaning on the skull bone. The skull bone is the direct line on the back of the skull where you can get into the neckline. And do this the whole line. So now I created myself a lay the hairs to the side, go in, and correct the line a bit. Part over the skull bone in a straight line and take the upper hair aside. Wetting in between. Now I've got myself a guideline on that side. So to get into that guideline, I take the hairs up real nice, starting on the first line. Watch, add more connection. And go down. Take a new part on it. Watch at the connections. And go down. And see how wonderful this flows. Work till you get in the center of the skull. Minor corrections to the line. We already see how wonderful the fall of the hairs is. So now I can go to the other side. Pin the upper hairs away. Like I did on the other side. Take the first line up. And now my hand is pointing to a chin line. Take every time a part on it. And the deeper I come, the the more my fingers go into the line of the chin line. Also on this side I left 3 centimeters behind the ears. Take the hairs up, lay them in the line of the chin line. Take a new line on. Still watch over my fingers. There are still points at the chin line. It's very important to do because then I have the same lines as I have on the other side. Minor corrections to the line. Going to the back. Take the hairs up in the line of cutting. Show you that from the other side. Take the hairs up. Find the guideline. Find myself the guideline. And make the rest of the hairs into the line, in the line of the skull. Again, minor corrections to the line. Coming on the back of their head, pin the front away, take my conditioner spray. It's a mineral water with a deep conditioner in it. 100 ml, 2 spoons of deep conditioner, and then shake it well before I use it. Going back to the first line, part behind the ear. Take the hairs up and connect the line. Pointing my finger to the central lines of the neckline and the connection of the skull bone. Try to give it a shape even when there's no styling being done. And travel over the same line again. And give minor adjustments to the line. See the line flowing over the skull bone and gives more volume. Take a part of the upper hair and split it. Take it up and connect the lines. Normally when it would be a person, of course, you have much more conversation between. So now we're just working on this wonderful quiet model of mine. But still, it's shaping, so it's doing hair. That's the most important thing for me as a hairdresser, doing hair. Work till I get on the center line. And always pointing in the same lines with my fingers. So the lines of my fingers adjust to the lines of the skull. So now I have myself a nice rounding. Also going to do this on the other side. Start about just behind the ears, lifting the hairs up. And for those who are at home and are trying to get to be a hairdresser, it's very nice to practice on your dolls because they're not that expensive, and you also can put a wig on, and that's the next step I'm going to do on this model because then I'm going to cut wigs. But therefore I need no hair on this head, just a millimeter or something like that, because the plastic is nice and rough and the wig won't shift over the hairs. You see, I connect all the lines. Go back over the same line. In the center, do a cross control. Take one to there, one to there. So I'm certain that I have all the lengths on the same length. Go to the front. Okay, free the hair. I'll lay all the hairs to the front. Although this is a wig, a doll and a wig, you have natural shapes in it because the implant of the hair is also on the doll the way it is and not all straight down. So what I'm going to do is part a line in the line of chin line, just about a centimeter over the center line on the front. Take about a centimeter of hair, get to that point. Take another centimeter, pointing again to the chin line. And the more I come to the center, the more straight my fingers will be, because I can see the chin line, so I can also follow the chin line. Part the same on the other side. Still holding the center aside. Take my first line, grab it, and cut it. Take every time a centimeter, watch at the chin line, And the farther I go to the front, the more straight my fingers will be. Come on the center. Cross control this. Now I only have the part that's laying on top. This part is still not being cut. Take about a centimeter of hair of the front into the lines to the back. So knowing that I have a guideline, take the hairs up, and circle around. See my connection there, and here's my other connection. Go to the other part. Lifting the hairs up. Go to the connections. And circle around. From the back, just in the fall of the skull, take the hairs up, take them high, and then point cut, and make some slight adjustments. Go back over the same line. And now she has a pixie. So I'm gonna blow dry this and then show you the end result of this. So far blow drying. Now you see she has already a totally different hairstyle. Now don't put too much into her hairs because then you cannot see the lines. And I just want to see you how wonderful a pixie hairstyle is, without doing anything of styling products. And remember, this is a doll, so I make photos of this and then I show you the end result. Can turn around so you can see it already. Also make photos. So this is a pixie hairstyle on a doll. But I'm gonna restyle this, so I show you a lot of styles you can make with pixie like this. This I show you in photos. Now this is Dolly. You see she has nice red hair. It's not long, but it's also not short hair. I'm gonna make some hairstyles on her. Wet, of course, the hair is before I'm going to cut.